I'm going to start. I mean, the thing I love about most of this is the characters. It's really complex characters at the heart of it. And Suranne, I was going to ask you first, because you're obviously involved behind the scenes in a kind of co-creator capacity. So when you're creating a story and when you're creating characters that you know you're going to play and people like sort of Jodie are going to play, do you almost deliberately like to make them very complex, giving yourself that kind of challenge so you can take on?
I do.
Well spotted.
Yeah. I think because, so I'm in the writer's room, we've got the whiteboards up, we're kind of, obviously you do the arc of the series, then we do a lot of background for each of the characters, which doesn't necessarily make it to, the screen, but I like to make sure every actor has this big Bible of stuff that they can really draw on. And for Sam and Bert, there's 10 years of history that we have to play the moment that I'm picked up within the first 5 minutes. So I think that the complexity of that toxic friendship and love has to be rooted. And so when Jodie said she'd do it, thanks. She got it straight away. The moment like you'd read the scripts and then you were interviewing us. But it kind of is like
it's just like a joint kind of like
like she needed to know that it was going to continue in that way.
And like you've said before earlier today, which I think is so true, that like what I really want a confirmation of is the reason I want to do it is because of all the flaws, because of the complexity of the characters, the fact that Sam behaves sometimes in a way that appalls me. I don't want that ironing out. Please don't edit it. Please don't dilute that. And that was yours and Anne-Marie's thing, was to show all of these sides and keep it in the show, because people do behave like that.
Yeah, women do behave like that.
Women do behave like that.
I mean, it's a show that works on so many levels. It's got that kind of slick heist feel to it. It's got that kind of friendship element, but the kind of landscape gives it a kind of Western feel, I feel.
Yeah.
And then it's got the comedy and the pathos from the kind of the cancer diagnosis. I mean, there's so many things at work in this. Is it quite a tricky balance to get right, to have all of those things complement the other, but still kind of work?
So glad you said the Western stuff, because when we interviewed our directors, Julia had to plot that in, because in the end of the episodes in 4, 5 and 6, Brian, who took over, really had to lean into the Western, because it pushes it in that direction for Bert's character as well. So thank you for noticing that. And
I think what's beautiful about it is that it's not just the characters aren't only the leads of the show, like the setting, the style of it, the use of music. I think, having not been in the edit, I've watched it like you've watched it, just like 2 episodes, and I knew there was going to be an ambition with it, but sometimes we're hopefully going to get the rights to this piece of music, and then you do, and then you see it, and all of that marrying together feels really different. It feels like a completely different show to what I've seen before.
It feels like we've really pulled something off as frauds.
Seamlessly.
Yeah.
It's also got dancing in it, and I love dancing in film and TV, and I love the scene with the cheeky dance, the buffalo stance, wasn't it? That was it. Why that song? And I'm interested to know, what is a day on set like when you're dancing? Because I know what we see, because it's quite cool what we see some, but I guess you have to do multiple takes, different angles. Does it get to a point where you're like, I can't keep dancing?
I knew that, so we knew it was going to be, well, our hope was buffalo stance, and I guess we're in a certain era, and certain songs take you back to certain eras. And I think for Bert and Sam, we had a theme, like theme tunes, tracks when Anne-Marie was writing, that we were back and forth with it. I'm listening to this, I'm doing this. So that particular chicken dance, I knew that it had to be a release for Bert whilst Sam was releasing her anger in the other scene. So I plotted that a bit, and actually we only had about half an hour to shoot it.
Of course you did.
Because also that chicken might not have liked dancing for longer than that. So, you know.
That's true. What would you say is your guys' favourite dancing scene in a film or TV?
Oh, I obviously loved Wednesday, the one that was just not this series. Jenna Ortega's one was fabulous.
I was so, well, I don't know, it's too big a question for me to recall, but I did message Russell T Davies after I saw the episode with Neil Patrick Harris saying,
oh, yes,
I can't believe Spice Up Your Life featured. and I wasn't in that episode. So I'd say that was up there for me.
So I've got time for one more question, I think. So I wanted to talk about Northern talent. So my mum loves Corrie and EastEnders. So I grew up in a house where I would watch it all week, as in from my childhood. And not to put shade on EastEnders, but I always thought the acting quality, I'm in an ITV, but I'm in the same company. I always thought in Corrie, there was a kind of more quality in the ranks, even the smaller characters. I was always so sort of taken aback by how much local talent there was in that show. And I just wanted to ask, is there something kind of in the water in that kind of area? What would you say, is there a kind of creative freedom in that part of the world? Or what do you think it is that breeds such talent in the north of England?
Well, you know, sometimes I think it's literally to do with we don't see enough of you know, Northerners on TV or from or just other voices. So when you do, you go, oh, what's this freshness that I haven't seen before? What's this story? What's the way that they're talking or holding themselves? So I feel like it's not obviously just Northerners. It's when you see something fresh that you don't see as much as you see the other, you know, stuff on the telly that you go, ah. So there's that. We should have more regional people on television, as many as we can, because we need that representation. But I think as far as Northerners go, I went to a place called Oldham Theatre Workshop, and there are so many people that came from that little pool at that time that I was there that are now kind of like big names. But what about you?
I think it was just, I think the thing that maybe, you know, particularly when you've got a voice like Anne-Marie as well, who, you know, she's from Bradford, she's got a very kind of northern way of writing. There is something that, the thing I associate the most is like being comfortable within banter that dances between kind of taking the beep out of each other, but not as well. And there's not many accents you can get away with saying certain things. Like if I went, you absolute beep to somebody, my accent is like, oh, she's so friendly. But in other accents, people are like, I can't believe you just said that to me. You know, so I think that we kind of, in a way, I think we trick people into getting away with being ruder for longer.
When I say bastard, I say bastard now. It's just, sounds nicer.
Just better,
thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!